There were three blondes walking down the beach, and they picked up a bottle that had washed up, and they handed it back and forth to each other, and the cork popped out, and the genie came out of the bottle and said, "I've been in that bottle 1,000 years. I have a wish to grant to each one of you." First blonde said, "Well, oh dear, I'm tired of being a dumb blonde. I want to be a brunette, and I want to be twice as smart." Genie said, "No problem." Changed her into a brunette, doubled her IQ to 110. And the second blonde said, "Oh, oh, I too am tired of being a dumb blonde. I want to be a redhead, and I want to be twice as smart too." Genie said, "No problem." Doubled her IQ to 100, changed her into a redhead. Third blonde says, "Well, I like being a dumb blonde because everybody fusses over me and pays attention to me and cares for me and helps me. If anything, I just want to be dumber." Genie said, "No problem," changed her into a man. Well, I told that joke many times, often to the embarrassment of Kelsey. Being a man, I never particularly cared for it, but the blondes enjoyed it a great deal, and I think it's a good thing to laugh at yourself once in a while. And now to the matter at hand. Eulogies, in a nutshell, suck. They're either given by a dispassionate clergyman who didn't know the deceased, or someone tries to do it that did know and love the deceased, and they break down crying. So the purpose of this is simply to relieve all responsibility from those that would like to speak on my behalf. I do not wish to prevent them to do so, but it's just to take the pressure off. You don't have to do it. Of those I must speak of my wives. I had 3 different ones, and they all left me for someone else, which broke my heart. But I suppose the truth of the matter is they each did me a favor because I was never meant to be married. I really enjoy being single. To them I say thank you and na 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 na. There is also one other woman that I must address. Wonderful woman that she is. I ask her to marry me twice a year, just before spring cleaning and fall cleaning. And Sharon would never accept. Blessings on you, my child. Of my children I must speak. There was always the question of which of my children do I love the most? Ah, that's a problem. I considered that for quite a period of time. Would it be Tracy, my princess? The first one to call me Daddy. How about Lynn? Miss Wonderful, Miss Take Charge and Do Things Right. Got to be Lynn. Or could it be John, my only son? Very proud of him. Oh, he's wonderful. And there's Tilly Cupcake, my Tory, my middle child. Miss Full Charge, out there grabbing life by its throat and wringing it for all it's worth. And then there's Kitty and Andy, the Terror Twins. Kitty doesn't realize how many people love her. Everybody loves her almost on sight. She's absolutely wonderful. And then there's Andy, the one of my children that taught me things and brought me new ideas and travels the world and is most interesting. And of course there's Kelsey, who I spent more time with and more worries about than any of the rest. Surely she must be the favorite. Well, I pondered this for quite some time, and I finally decided that I should ask myself, which of my fingers do I love the most? Which of my ribs is the most important? Which of the blood vessels do I love the most? The fact of the matter is, my children are of one whole. I love them all. They are inseparable. and there is not a favorite because there cannot be. Of my friends, of which there are many, I must speak at least of some of them. First and foremost, there's the Dalton clan, the guys I went to school with, the guys I grew up with, the guys I got drunk with, the guys I played football with, and the guys that I've never forgotten, and they've never forgotten me. Russ and myself, Mike and Dean, Bill and Clark are the finest musketeers you could ever ask for friends. They're the very best of people, the very best of comrades. And I also must thank their wives. I had to put up with Tom when he blew into town, or into wherever, bringing home their husband drunk as often as not. Of Sandy, I thank you. Of Beatty, Lorraine, and Alice. And of Mary. Particularly of Mary, because the time before last I saw her, she was mad at me because I did bring her husband home drunk after a fishing trip. Of local and more current friends, only a few to be mentioned, particularly Chuck and Al and their wonderful sarcasm and their veiled sympathy, like hit the guy when he's down because you really care for him and you don't want him to know about that. The wonderful breakfasts that we have had, and all the good football bets, of which one of us is probably $1 ahead or behind on, I don't know which. Also, the good companions of Ski and Laurie and Dave, who are great people to drink beer with and throw darts with and just generally take a break from the world. Yeah, they're the best. And advice to Dave, go fishing. Advice to my children on financial matters: spend less than you make and you'll do very well. What you spend is far more important than what you make. On raising children, start them out on the short leash. Play the leash out as they get older. The 14-year-old thinks they're 16 while you believe they're still 12. Understand that. Play the leash out, because if you get too much tension on it, they'll snap it. In closing, I must thank you all for the good times and smiles and fond memories and hugs that I have received from you, because they're all going with me. Now you be taking care of each other now. And have a good time, because I'm going to be watching and I'm going to be smiling when you're smiling. Take care. Oh, one more thing. Somebody buy Ski a beer. I think he's about ready.